Welcome back to 5 Day Crypto. We're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look at it on the 4-hour chart. Then we'll zoom out to the daily, the 5-day, and the weekly chart, right? We got some important long-term macro bullish things happening, but the short time frames, right? 4-hour daily chart looking a little bit more bearish for the shorter term. So let's go ahead and get right to it. 4-hour chart. I mean, damn. Down, 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 down. We're in a downtrend with no signs of stopping just yet. So where could we find a bottom? Well, I'm glad you asked. We don't have any moving averages to look at, do we? So you need to zoom your chart out and look left, right? You can see this kind of area in this area. Free fall below, right? Let's zoom out and look at our indicators. We're low on the RSI. Your strength is out. Your momentum is out on your stochastics, right? Not looking super great so far. So maybe the daily chart, right? If you can't find a level on one chart, you might need to zoom in or out and adjust your focus, right? Just like binoculars or whatever you use to spy on your neighbors. So on the daily chart here, we're looking at the 100 EMA right at 26.2. So maybe we find some local support here. We also have this upper wick, but kind of minor here, right? What's the bigger thing playing out here that's not looking so great? We have this head and shoulders pattern playing out pretty apparently here, pretty obvious. You have your shoulder, your head, and your other shoulder, right? Head and shoulders don't have to be perfectly symmetrical. The important thing is you have a peak in the middle, then lower peaks on the side. That is the important, and your neckline would be your lowest closing candle back here. Kind of your rough support. It doesn't always have to be a line. It can be like a really kind of a little bit bigger of a zone, right? You could argue that. But you can see there, yesterday we closed this daily candle right at it. Today we haven't closed yet. So the only way to really avoid this today, this would actually confirm if we close back above 27K. So at close of business today, 8 hours, 42 minutes as of right now, depending on when you watch this, you might go look. If we close today's candle under 27K, this would confirm. And where would the target be? We're going to go into 25K, right? That's always been the level if we break this, and that's not going to change. Why 25K? Well, a little bit. You can see a little bit here on the daily chart. You have your 200-day EMA right at 24/7. You have this peak here. You have this peak back here. That was kind of our breakout level or hesitancy before we broke up to where we are now. And now we're on the verge of breaking back and retesting that level. So that becomes even more obvious, right? Again, zoomed out. Look at your neighbors on the weekly channel, on the weekly chart. 200 week right here. The 21 week right there. 25.2 on the 21. We have 25.1 on the 200 week. We have this breakout, right, or this resistance, excuse me, double resistance to these upper wicks. That candle closed at 24.3. Fast forward to February 13th here. That week closed at 24.281, so 24.3, 24.3. Then your breakout candle here, and now we're going back to do a still bullish retest, right? Still a bullish retest. No signs of bears just yet. But, for the shorter term, right, on the weekly, we're still good because of this. If we start to close under 24.3, then the panic alarms should start raising. But, we have a long ways to get there. Wicks could happen, right? Some kind of, candle like we had back in early March, right? We could do that. So this candle, right, weekly candle closes in 2 days, 9 hours, right? And I would say, 25K, give or take a few $100s on either side. Would be the norm for closing price, right? The wicks, I mean, who knows where we could wick to the upside or downside, right? So for the closing prices, we're looking at, 24.3 for the wicks, just, pick a number. But you got a lot of support right here. Not only, I can't stress this enough. If you're looking to wait to buy, this is going to be a hell of a level, right? Not because it's going to hold for sure. It's because your risk-reward ratio is skyrocketed perfect off the charts here, right? Because if you lose this, then, barring a wick, right, you always got the damn wicks can get you. But for a stop loss, right, if you see it close under here, then you can exit your trade, and you probably should, right? That would be a major warning if we close a weekly candle under here. For a wick, don't panic, right? We're looking for a close around this area or a little bit higher. right? The 200 week, the 21 week, big moving averages on the weekly, okay? So 25K, that is where I'm holding the line. I will be buying bigly down there. If we get there, right? No guarantees, right? Dollar cost average, even starting here, not a terrible idea, right? But let's get to the bullish news. Enough for the pessimistic bullshit. You got to always look at both sides, though. No matter if you're bullish or bearish, you got to at least take your medicine first sometimes. Now for the good stuff, right? For the 4 of you that are still here. The 5-day Gaussian channel, excuse me, what do we see here? We just had this flip about 24 hours ago. It wasn't even at the close. It was like halfway through the day yesterday, at least on my chart. This came to fruition. Now, what we would like to do is close this candle to confirm, because it's just gone up ever so slightly to flip this green. If we get this candle and it closes, say, down, I don't know where, right? Now we have 3 days, 3.5 days till we close this 5-day candle. So if for some 1% chance, and I would give it about a 1% chance that we close like way the hell down here, this channel would flip back red. Likely, right? However, if we close anywhere above like even 24K in 3.5 days from now, this should stay green and be there, right? Otherwise, right, it's going to take a lot of downwards momentum, right? We would have to see something like this, which is unlikely, right? We have a lot of support levels that we just talked about on the weekly. We'd have to have, just eat it right through that. Not likely, okay? So still bullish, still, look at the uptrend, right? We're still in an uptrend, right? Yeah, you have to not discount this channel that we're in, okay? So, loosely fit that, right? Pretend those are perfectly well drawn from the peaks and troughs. That's what we're looking at. If we break here's our low, right? As long as we're putting in higher lows than 20K, technically by a weekly standpoint, we're still in an uptrend, okay? So if we move back to the upside, we'd want to close above our high, right? Maintain our uptrend. That's the definition of uptrends: higher highs, higher lows, right? Good news: weekly Gaussian, or the 5-day Gaussian channel has, historically told that the bear markets are for sure over, and we are going to the next cycle. So that is what we've been waiting on for literally a year plus, right? 12 plus months, and we got it just 24 hours ago. So good sign for those of you who've been following me a long time. You know that we have 2 check marks now. Prices are above, channel is green. It doesn't mean prices have to go up infinitely right now, obviously, right? It looks short-term bearish, like it wants to come back and retest. But another good news is, guess what? The top of that 5-day Gaussian channel is, you guessed it, 25K. So if we go down to price, what are you going to do? Are you going to panic like the rest of the bullshit sheep? Or are you going to, man up and start buying the hell out of this and realize that is going to likely be a great price for whatever altcoin, for whatever Bitcoin is? Your altcoin prices down when Bitcoin's at 25K could, asterisk, double asterisk, could be the best prices you see for the next several years, right? So don't piss it away if you're waiting, right? If you've messed up this whole goddamn uptrend, which you probably haven't done the perfect scenario, right? Here is your warning sign. If we get down to 25K, you better be getting something, right? Not financial advice, but I'm going bigly in around that area if we're lucky enough to get there. No guarantees. We don't have to go down there straight away, right? We could bounce and be back up here and then do something like this and then just slowly uptrend. And now, before you know it, it's goddamn Thanksgiving and Christmas time again. And you don't fumble the ball, right? That's the message. That's quote of the day by me. I do have quote of the day and card of the day after this, but don't fumble the ball. I don't know what that means. Short term, slightly bearish. Long term, hell yeah. Right? Hell yeah, we're bullish. We're bullish still. So Gaussian channel 5-day, now green. You heard it here. What else we got? That's pretty good and deep. Let's go look at the weekly indicators just really quick. Let's zoom out, right? We have some room to go down. The weekly Fisher transform still triggered down. So watch this. Watch on the daily, the 4-hour, right? We're pretty low on the 4-hour. Doesn't mean you can't go lower. We have a trigger, up for now, but just watch all that good stuff. Join our Telegram if you want some more up-to-the-date stuff. Patreon, private groups. I'm in there every day, multiple videos. That's if you want to stay, in the market, in the know, every day of the week. That's where I'm posting, right? My favorite Patreon group. Love to help you there. What else do we got? Quote of the day, car of the day. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I do want to call this alt season index, right? We're going to try to cover this every video. It's still peak Bitcoin season, right? I mean, look how low we are, right? So alts, not the way to go right now, right? Wait for this to start coming up again, right? Last time we were down here for a bit of time, November 2020, right? We're looking at, look how flat it was for about a week, really, right in here. So maybe a couple more days, maybe Bitcoin hits 25K and like tops out Bitcoin season, and then we start creeping back up here. That's what you're going to want to watch. If we get back above like 2025 area, then you'll see altcoins really coming out of their shell again and starting to, move much more bigly, right? So that's what we're waiting on. Not until then, right? It's not alt season. It might be altcoin hour, right? Forget a season. It's Bitcoin season. I mean, can you open your eyes? Right. Oh, all right. We're not even close to altcoin season. We have to get the goddamn up here. Okay. 75. Where are we? Are we close to 75? Get your math book out. Get your calculator out. Is 4 near 75? Okay. All right. I feel like I have to strain that because I still see people calling for alt season right around the corner. Shut up. Fear and greed index, 49 again. We'll start trying to cover this a little bit more. We used to cover this a lot, but it's pretty much been flat. So not much help. Let's go back. Let's zoom out to the year, right? Look at the year scale. All right. Right when we came out of the bear market, right? January. Look at this, right? We put in a higher high than we had in a year, right? And look at that, right? There's your break, right? There was your warning that something's changing, right? January 15th, we broke out of it. So keep that in mind. Touch base with it every now and again. I wouldn't be surprised if we come back down to the 30s, break back into the 40s. We've been holding above for a while. Today, right, was our first day back in the 40s. So of significance, I think we'll probably see some fear again, right? And when Bitcoin's at 25K, I wouldn't be surprised if we're maybe even the 30s, right? That would scare some people, especially like a wick, like we saw. This was that 19K wick, right? That 19.5 wick. That's when you should be buying, right? When fear is rampant and the sheep are panicking because the wolves are near, you need to be the wolf or the guy with the shotgun that'll just kill everything, right? Buy the goddamn fear. That is difficult to do as a human. I get it. But if you have a system and you only buy in fear and only sell in greed, you're going to do well, right? Quote of the day. Oh, fuck. I fucked up the joke. This was going to be my joke. Let me go back to the real one, and then we'll get back to it. All right, here's the real one. He who angers you conquers you. It's a great quote, right? If somebody else, if you get mad at someone else, they're in control of you, right? So, focus on your mind, right? The only thing that can affect you is external, right? If your mind is strong enough, you can do anything. Sappy. All right. So anything cooler than this lizard, iguana? Maybe. Here's my joke. Pretend you didn't see the first part. The related author is Paris Hilton. Like, how in the hell is Paris Hilton an author? Step 1. Step 2, related? I mean, you're throwing out content like dress cute. That's your quote of the day. That's hot. Or I don't really think. Just walk. Wow. Quote to live by right there. I don't really think, I just walk. I mean, write it down. Get that tattooed on you. Fucking, what in the actual hell have we gotten ourselves into? I read the quote today. I like the quote, and I like related authors. It's like, wait, huh? And then look over Kim Kardashian. What in the hell have we become? Quote of the day by Paris Hilton. I don't think, I just walk. Mind-blowing. Deep levels. All right, I'll end it there. Have a great weekend. Friday. Let me know if you have any questions, what you want to see next for all of the regular subscribers, because I got 0 new subscribers over the past month. So appreciate all you long-terms. That's definitely who's here. There's definitely no newbies here. So I appreciate all of you that have followed me for so long. I'll give you this iguana at the peak of the next market. If not, I'll send out Paris Hilton quote stickers to you. All right, I'll see you on the next one.